Hello, Pewter people. Scott Reynolds here with another Pewter Pulse. I'm not prepared to predict wins and losses yet for the 2024 Buccaneers. I'll wait until after the preseason to gauge the health of this team and how well Tampa Bay's offense is coming together under new offensive coordinator Liam Cohen before I make my official predictions. But something tells me the Bucs will hit double-digit wins this year. This just feels like a 10-win football team, maybe 11 or 12 wins, depending on how the ball bounces and how healthy the Bucs are in 2024. So what makes me so optimistic that Tampa Bay continues its upward trend? Well, let me explain. But first, your reminder to hit the thumbs up button and leave a comment on this video to help us with the YouTube algorithm. It takes just a second and it does make a difference. Okay, so instead of rebuilding as many expected the Bucs to do following Tom Brady's retirement after the 2022 season, the Bucs reloaded. General manager Jason Light found an able replacement for Brady in Baker Mayfield, who is not just a gutsy team captain on offense and a proficient quarterback. He's also become the heartbeat of the entire Bucs team. Mayfield led the Bucs to a 5-1 record down the stretch to help this team finish 9-8 and win a third straight NFC South title. Then the Bucs absolutely trounced the Eagles 32-9 in the wild card round before losing to Detroit in the NFC divisional playoffs. Tampa Bay and Detroit were tied at 23-all heading into the fourth quarter of that game, and it seems like the Bucs are ready to take the next step in 2024. In fact, the Bucs may be following in the footsteps of the Lions and are just 1 year behind them. Detroit finished 9-8 in 2022, but just missed the playoffs before a breakthrough 12-5 season last year, in which the Lions won the NFC North for the first time ever and advanced to the NFC Championship game. Detroit beat Tampa Bay twice last year, but the Bucs can seek some revenge in a rematch game up in Ford Field in Week 2 that should serve as an early season measuring stick for both teams. The Bucs have 11 games against non-playoff teams from a year ago. The 6 games they have against playoff teams from 2023 are a doozy, though. Tampa Bay plays the best 4 teams from last year: Super Bowl champion Kansas City, San Francisco, Baltimore, and Detroit, in addition to games against Dallas and Philadelphia. So what's the key to Tampa Bay getting to 10 wins? Well, winning at least 8 of the 11 games against those non-playoff teams from a year ago. That likely means home wins against Washington and Denver in weeks 1 and 3, plus a late season home win against Las Vegas, then getting a road win at either New York against the Giants or in LA against the Chargers, and then sweeping the Panthers and splitting the series with the Saints and the Falcons. That's 8. Then it's winning 2 out of the 6 games against the playoff teams from 2023. Beating Philadelphia at home in week 4 might be the most favorable based upon their most recent meeting, Tampa Bay's big playoff win in January. But then it's finding another win against the Lions, the Ravens, the Chiefs, the 49ers, or the Cowboys. So what tells me the Bucs are up to the task this year? I believe Liam Cohen's going to be a better play caller than Dave Canales, and Tampa Bay will improve from 21 points per game last year to 24 points per game this year. And a lot of it will have to do with Baker Mayfield being able to audible out of bad plays at the line of scrimmage and operate in a system that will play to his strength as a rhythm passer. Plus, all of Mayfield's weapons are back, and he has even more talent surrounding him in Tampa Bay's arsenal this year, as well as up front along the offensive line. And of course, Graham Barton, the new center, is going to play a big role in that. Mayfield had a career year last year in his first season at Tampa Bay, throwing for 4,044 yards and a career high 28 touchdowns with just 10 interceptions. Not only did Mayfield resuscitate his career as a franchise quarterback, he also took his game to new heights with a perfect quarterback rating in a 34-20 win at Green Bay, in which he completed 79% of his passes with 4 touchdowns and no interceptions. He'll be helped with an improved running game in Tampa Bay, too. On defense, The Bucs secondary has been retooled and bolstered by the return of Jordan Whitehead at strong safety. I also love the addition of Tyke Smith as a real playmaker who should take over at nickelback. And I'm excited to see what a leaner and meaner Vita Vea does in 2024 and what year two holds for Yaya Diaby and Kalijah Kancey up front. I also have a feeling the Bucs will top 50 sacks for the first time since Todd Bowles arrived in Tampa Bay in 2019. Getting 10 wins doesn't seem far-fetched at all. In fact, it should be the next expected step as the Bucs gear up for another Super Bowl run that could happen sooner than you think. Tampa Bay would be considered a dark horse Super Bowl contender this year, but I believe 2025 might be the opening of another legit Super Bowl window for the Bucs, especially with an improved salary cap situation for Bowles, Jason Light, and Mike Greenberg to use next offseason. But first, the Bucs ship must maintain course for that to happen. That means getting double-digit wins this year and making the playoffs once again. Whether that will come with another division championship remains to be seen, as it largely depends on how Atlanta fares too in the upcoming season. You can help us fare better with a subscription to Pewter Report TV. That's our YouTube channel. It's free. Just hit the button and the subscription will happen. You can join over 14,300 other Pewter people that have subscribed to our YouTube channel. That's where you'll find the Pewter Pulse videos, our Pewter Report podcast, other great Bucs video content. And you can also follow us on X, Facebook, and Instagram at Pewter Report, and also pewterreport.com. We've got Bucs content on our website all summer long as we gear up for training camp. And I'll be back soon with the new Pewter Pulse.